And good evening once again, everyone. It is Election Day, and those results continue to come in. Thousands of you voted today for who should appear on the ballot in November in races like the one for U.S. Senate to replace Lamar Alexander, as well as U.S. House districts, school board members, and more.
One of the hottest races that we have been watching all night is the Republican U.S. Senate primary race. Former U.S. Ambassador to Japan Bill Hagerty and trauma surgeon Dr. Manny Sethi emerged as the key contenders in this one, and it is Hagerty who will have his name on the ballot come November.
We have team coverage of this race, as well as a look at U.S. House District 5, which is, of course, held right now by Representative Jim Cooper. We're going to tell you if he still holds that seat in just a moment.
First, though, we start our coverage tonight with News Channel 5's Jason Lamb at the watch party for Hagerty.
Yeah, that's right. You know, for all the attack ads on both sides, such a bitterly fought campaign, this was a convincing victory for the former U.S. ambassador to Japan at this point, with a majority of Republican primary voters picking Bill Hagerty.
Wow. This is great. Thank you. Wow. It is great to be in Tennessee, and it is great to be in my hometown of Gallatin tonight.
There is no other way to put it. It was an absolute jam-packed room tonight in downtown Gallatin, especially as the results became clear and Bill Hagerty made his victory speech to the crowd. He spoke about his roots here in Gallatin, where he says he learned his conservative Tennessee values. An interesting note tonight, Hagerty did not mention his opponent, Manny Sethi, in this bitterly fought race that played out over the airwaves with attack ads coming from both sides. Hagerty was endorsed by Tennessee's other Senator, Marsha Blackburn. He spent a good deal of his speech talking about the importance of the general election, not only electing him as the next senator, but making sure that President Trump was reelected to 4 more years. From the get-go, Hagerty was billed as the pick endorsed by President Trump, and we've learned tonight that President Trump himself called Hagerty to congratulate him. He passed that message along to the crowd.
I have a very special person to thank. I just got off the phone with him backstage. That's President Donald Trump. You know, President Trump has had my back since before the beginning of all of this. His leadership, the direction that he set our nation on, making America #1 on the world stage again, bringing our economy back to the best that it's ever been, and making certain that our allies respect us and our enemies fear us again. Thank you for being the inspiration to me, President Trump. I look forward to helping you continue moving forward and to see another 4 years of President Trump leading this nation.
Again, during his onstage victory speech, Hagerty did not mention the name of his opponent, Manny Sethi. Let's head out to Eric Hilt right now. He's with the Manny Sethi campaign in Manchester, and Eric, a much more somber mood there tonight.
Yeah, that's right, Jason. Supporters of Dr. Manny Sethi obviously leaving tonight's watch party in Manchester disappointed after Sethi, who billed himself as a conservative outsider throughout this campaign, ended up falling short, losing this primary to Bill Hagerty. Things are quiet now, but it was much different earlier this evening. When tonight's event got started, there was a lot of excitement, a lot of enthusiasm, and a lot of optimism for Sethi's chances in this race. But when the first set of numbers came out and showed that Sethi was down by a significant margin, it really sucked the air out of the building, and it stayed that way throughout the event. Now, at the end of the night, we heard from Dr. Manny Sethi. He gave a brief speech where he thanked his supporters and said despite the loss, he's proud of his campaign.
And I want you tonight, when you go home, to feel proud, because look, no one ever thought we'd come this far. We went 12 rounds. 12 rounds with the establishment folks.
Now, as Jason noted, this was a contentious race, at times a nasty race, as attack ads flooded the airwaves. I asked Sethi's campaign chairman, where does the Tennessee Republican Party go from here after such a bitter contest? He said he expects the party to unite behind the nominee. Reporting live in Manchester, Eric Hilt, News Channel 5.
Eric and Jason, thank you. All right, our political analyst Pat Nolan's been following this Republican primary for months. And Pat, Republican leaders have praised Dr. Manning in recent weeks for a well-run campaign, but in the end, it appears having President Trump's endorsement in Tennessee really mattered for Bill Hagerty.
I think that was the key difference tonight, having the president's endorsement. The president's very popular in Tennessee, and it still is the goal, the corner of the realm. It's the most important thing to have. Also, looking across the state, Hagerty seemed to do particularly well in Shelby County. He was up more than 2-1 the last time I saw the numbers. He also ran well in the 1st district, where there's a big congressional primary going on that had elevated turnout out there. But on Sethy's side, he did well in 3 of the 4 major counties. He carried Knox County, Davidson County, Hamilton County, carried 2 of the most Republican counties in the state, both Williamson County and Rutherford County. But he carried them by relatively small margins and not enough to make up the difference between what was going on with Hagerty. Some other counties that Sethy carried: Murray County, Cannon County, Franklin County, Moore County, and Houston County. So he had some successes, just not enough to overcome what Hagerty had.
As always, thanks. We'll be watching for Inside Politics every Friday at 7 on News Channel 5 Plus. We appreciate it.
Thank you.